or welcome back to the 8th Concession. My name is Natalie. Well, it's a new year, so Happy New Year. And also I thought we'd do something different today. We're actually leaving the 8th Concession. We're going to go on a road trip to one of my favorite places in southern Ontario, Niagara-on-the-Lake. So our road trip starts with us heading down the Niagara escarpment. You can see the cliffs on either side of the highway here as they had to cut through it for the road. So the escarpment is just a huge cliff that runs all the way from Niagara Falls all the way up Ontario through Tobermory, and I think it's formed by erosion, but it is a real feature in southern Ontario because the parts of Ontario that are below the escarpment are warmer, and that's where we have sort of the fruit and wine belt. So then we have to go over Lake Ontario, the tip of Lake Ontario, over the Burlington Skyway, and you can see the edge of the lake here. And you know, we have to drive for about an hour and a half from our house down to Niagara-on-the-Lake. Here we're going over the part of the St. Lawrence Seaway, the Welland Canal, where the major ships would bring in goods from the Atlantic Ocean into the Great Lakes. And finally, here we are at our favorite cutoff, the one for Niagara-on-the-Lake. Once we're down in this section, you can see that it really changes. Now we have vineyards and orchards, and in the summer there's fruit and wine everywhere down here. It's just lovely. And the first part of our trip is Craig is dropping me off at the Pillar and Post, where I am going to get a lovely massage. After the massage, we tour around the gardens that belong to the Pillar and Post Hotel, and it's beautiful. They have a barn here where you can rent it for like weddings or other events. In the summer, of course, it's beautiful. Right now it's winter with no snow, so it's kind of a little bit bare. They've also put in a skating rink for the public, free. I wanted to stay back because I didn't want to, invade anyone's privacy by showing you too close. But here's another view of the barn that they rent out. And in the middle of this beautiful walled garden, they have a Christmas tree set up. It was still up when we were here, and it's just lovely. We treated ourselves to some hot chocolate by a beautiful fire and then walked under the beautiful gate. It was already getting late in the day, so we drove down the main street where we were going to walk the next day, but I wanted to show you the lights and the decorations. Niagara-on-the-Lake is just such a beautiful place to visit. I think it's called the prettiest town in southern Ontario, and it truly is lovely. So we were planning on coming back the next morning, but the lights look so nice as it was starting to come to dusk. It's such a nice place to visit, and the shops are lovely too. You can get everything here, from handmade chocolates to designer clothes to things for the home. There's bakeries and a store that has Christmas ornaments all year round. There are a lot of tourists that visit Niagara-on-the-Lake year-round because when they take down the Christmas decorations, they put up the most beautiful flowers in the summer. I'll have to go back and show you what that looks like in the summer because it's stunning. After supper, we wanted to take a drive to see some of the decorations, so we went along the Niagara Parkway, which runs along the river, and it's a beautiful area. Again, lots of vineyards, lots of orchard shops. You can see it's getting a bit dark here now. It's actually darker than it looks on the camera, but we want to go see some of the beautiful decorations for Christmas time. You can see to the left a little bit, there are some houses, and then it's the river. And on the other side of the river is the United States, New York State. One of the houses we like to visit, they go all out with the decorations, glowing balls of lights in the trees, colors everywhere. It must take them months to do this, but it is spectacular when you're there. This is kind of where we got the idea to do the lighted balls for Christmas. I think I did a video on it last year because I just love the look of this. Then we drove back to just outside Niagara-on-the-Lake where a very well-known artist named Trisha Romance, you should look up her paintings, I love them. This is her home. Boy, they must hire a team of people to put up these decorations, but it is the most beautiful house and grounds, and just driving by, it was just stunning with the display of lights that they had. There's the house. It features in a lot of her paintings. So here we are back home again. It was a wonderful little 2-day, I guess you'd call it escape from the 8th concession instead of escape to the 8th concession. It was really great to recharge our batteries and get inspired again and just, you know, get a break from some of the chores and daily life. It was wonderful. But now it's the new year and it's time to get back to work. Bye for now.